Hello, welcome to the VR Cauldron. In this video we'll be testing some accessories for the Quest 3 and Quest 3S, mainly the Quest 3S. These two new facial interfaces to replace the stock dodgy one for the Quest 3S. They are very similar, so we'll look at the differences and if they're any good and what they come with. And we've got a cheaper alternative to that, which is a simple silicone cover. Is that enough to make the stock Quest 3 good for exercise, and is it still comfortable, because often they're not? And finally, we've got some new grips from Kiwi Design which will fit the Quest 3 and the Quest 3S. And we'll be testing them on the Quest 3S, and we're going to give all this stuff the ultimate stress test, which is to jump into Thrill of the Fight, the amazing VR and now AR boxing game for all Quest devices. So first, let's just test out that silicone one. Well, I'm using, right, you can see I'm starting to sweat. Done about 3 rounds. It's beading, obviously being silicone, it doesn't get absorbed, which is kind of what you want. But it hasn't started dripping down my face just yet. I'm happy to say that that crease doesn't get in the way, you can't see it. It's just annoying that I know it's there. So, if you want a cheap solution, silicone one, this is fine. You might be able to get it fit better than me, but in practice it's okay. Right, let's move on to the AMVR. Before we test these, let's have a quick look at the differences. Which one would you buy? Well, first, the similarity, they both get a really nice lens cover. They're really important, and that is a really good quality one. And another similarity is that they both come with a glasses spacer that works for this particular interface, which is nice. They both feel pretty solid, but not that bendy. It is that kind of hard plastic, which is fine, because who's going to actually bend it like that? It works. It just doesn't feel quite as premium as maybe the Meta ones do. So yeah, the difference then. The Quest 3S FC1 is basically a larger version of the Quest 3S FC2. This one has a smaller pad compared to the much larger pad of that one. So if you feel you need a bit more protection on your face, then you probably need to go for the FC1. If you like minimal, which to be fair, I usually do, then it's the FC2. Also, if you look at the bottom, the FC1 is slightly bigger, and you can see there it's slightly bigger as well, but you can barely tell. The main difference is in the pad. So larger pad, FC1, smaller pad, FC2. And they both come with a cloth version. So that's a nice touch, because let's say you do exercise in virtual reality, then you could use the faux leather one to exercise, and then you could whip that off, and then when you're doing your everyday stuff, you can put this one on. Right, got some sweat on this as well. Again, very good beading, pretty much sticking on the pad. These faux leather ones, they have a bit more porosity than the silicone ones, whereas the cloth ones just let everything in and you have to properly wash them. These might let a little bit in, so I'd still recommend you, like, every now and again give these ones a wash. I'd definitely choose this over the silicone, just because it's a bit neater, looks a bit nicer, it's more comfortable in everyday use. But now I'm going to test out the smaller version of this. Yeah. Now, these are my favourite. They're just more comfortable compared to these. The other AMVR ones definitely offer more padding, so if you need padding, then they're the ones to go. I feel like I don't need that much padding. Maybe I've got a fat face. And the others kind of feel like they're smothering my skin, whereas this, it's like the amount of contact is minimal, and I think the less the better. So yeah, these are really comfortable. So if I want to exercise in VR, it's the FC2 I'm going to go for. Oh, quick thing about the silicone ones is that bit there is built into them, so you have to have a nose cover, whereas I actually prefer taking it off, which allows you to kind of see your surroundings a bit when you're in proper VR, but also a bit of air to get in there as well. So yeah, definitely go with these. These are good. The grips, as expected, they're a bit higher quality. They feel a bit higher quality than the AMVR ones I had on my Quest 3. They're very, very similar, not much to them, but I like that little rim, the grey rim that covers it. They just seem to cover it a bit better, whereas sometimes, every now and again, I never noticed it when I reviewed it, but over time I've noticed I can kind of squeeze them out and they come out the top and I have to push them back in again. But these seem really solid, and I do like the stretchy band. However, the band on the AMVR isn't clothy. This is kind of cloth, so if you do sweat a lot, it's going to get in there, whereas the AMVR ones, you can wipe them. So if you exercise in VR, I'd probably go for the AMVR ones from the Quest 3 review a while back. But for everyday VR, if you're just playing games, these are probably a bit better. And don't forget, there's a little door in them for both of them, which allows you to open it up to access your batteries. And if you have got USB chargeable ones like I've got in there, you can just plug the USB-C cable right into the batteries while still in there to get them charged. So yeah, these are great. Links to all of that stuff down below. They are affiliate links. It just means if you click on those, you'll go to the right places, but the brand will know about it and we'll get a bit of commission, which helps us a lot, and it'll keep me doing these accessory videos and maybe some other videos if I get more time. But until then, if you enjoyed that, leave us a like. If you didn't like it, thanks for staying at the end anyway, but leave us a dislike. And until next time, I say, I'm going to do 10 more rounds.